Marriages in general are exhausting, but marriage with the narcissist is excruciatingly painful. It leaves you tired and exhausted beyond what one can express in words. They weaponize incompetence, and living in such a relationship feels like you're mothering a child. You have to run after them and you make the same requests over and over again, yet they fail to respect them. Let me show you a video clip that shows the different things such an individual does to leave you exhausted, to drain your resources, and to make your life a living, breathing hell. One may argue that these problems are found in every other relationship. What makes it so narcissistic? Well, it is the lack of support. In normal, healthy relationships, when you approach your partner and say, see, this is bothering me, this is your bad habit, please change it. And they compromise. They understand that, no, I love my partner enough to not to do this. But when you tell a narcissist that I hate this, please, I feel so tired, I have to take care of the children, I have to go out and work, then I have to come to home and do all this stuff. Please, you can at least make it easier for me a little bit. They won't listen to you. Instead, they will intentionally do the same thing again and again to make your life harder. Why? Because they love to see you in pain, which is what makes them sadistic. They love to see you getting impacted by their actions. We're not talking about small mistakes that your partner can make here and there, and that too unintentionally. We're talking about intentionally repeated mistakes, a pattern of behavior that is established by this toxic individual to take advantage of your kindness. As I said in the beginning, a narcissist sees getting married to you as getting a free license to use you as a cleaner, as a cook, as an incubator, as an earner, as everybody they themselves cannot be. They do not respect your boundaries. They do not respect the fact that as a human being, you have your limitations and you get tired. Tiredness is not a word for them in their dictionary when it comes to you. But when it comes to them, when it comes to taking responsibilities, they're exhausted or nowhere to be found. What makes marriages with such toxic individuals so tiring is the repetition. You have to repeat the same thing as if they're a 3-year-old who is just interested in playing their video game. Rest, they do not give a damn about. Please put that cup in the dishwasher. Oh, you should have flushed the toilet. What's wrong with you? No, this is not the place for those clothes. Put them in the laundry bin. You have to teach them. But the problem with this developmentally arrested narcissist is that they do not learn. They do not want to learn. They're entitled enough to think that all those activities, they're way beneath me. And there's only one person who can do that. It's you, because that's why I got him or her. That's why this marriage. That's the reason. So why would I do it? I am way better than all of that. This rigidity and lack of empathy of a narcissist breaks you. Because if the same things keep happening, not for a week, not for a month, not for a year, for years, how would you not feel exhausted to your core? Think about this problem in this way. If a mosquito bites you on your arm one time, it won't be a problem. You'll just feel the pain for a while and some itching, then it'll be gone. But then if the same mosquito bites you on the same spot 1,000 times, 100,000 times, how would you feel? Wouldn't you become paranoid towards sounds that feel similar towards a mosquito flying or hovering around you? Wouldn't you see the inflammation in your arm? Of course you would. So it's the constant hammering. It's the constant attacks that do not stop. After years of getting tortured by juggling with so many things at once, you become quite irritated, agitated. You get triggered quite easily, which is what a narcissist weaponizes against you. Oh, he is toxic. I can't even talk to him. She's always ready to fight. I don't know what's happened with him or what's happened with her, but nobody talks about the lack of support. I'm talking about absolute lack of support. How you are the one who has to get up quite early, 5 a.m. in the morning, prepare breakfast, get your children ready, take them to their school, drop them off, come back, go to work. I mean, you know how the story goes. Nobody talks about years of neglect and abandonment. They only talk about how nagging you are, how irritated you are all the time. That is classic Darrow. They deny the attack, which is their absence and how they have been so unsupportive all the time. And then they reverse the roles of victim and offender. Oh, he or she, they're not ready to get intimate with me. Whenever I approach them, they just avoid me. How would they be intimate with you when you have abandoned them? They want to use you as a toy as well. But you are not a body, you're not a toy. That's what they think, that's how they see you. And then they make it to be the problem. And then you are told you need to see a psychologist and a psychiatrist. Do you see how complicated this is? Living in a marriage with a narcissist is not less than living in a hell that is ever blazing. And you have to find a way out, which takes such a long time, which takes so many efforts. And when you finally do, you are totally exhausted. Your entire body feels burnt inside out and you leave with so many marks. I'm saying all of this for you to understand that you have to be radically accepting of your situation. If you have survived a narcissist, especially a narcissistic marriage, you have survived one of the harshest environments, in my opinion. It was not less than surviving a battlefield, a war zone. And congratulations, you have come out alive. Now is the time for you to rest and heal. And to help you to do so, I have launched a life transforming program called Heal After Narcissistic Abuse. In this program, I help you understand how the narcissist traumatizes you, how that trauma shows up emotionally, psychologically, and physically, and then finally how you can heal all of that trauma in a very compassionate way. I give all the tools necessary and required to become your own healer. If you want instant access, click the I button above or the link in the description of this episode. Marriage with a narcissist is not just hard, it's extremely hard. It's beyond what one can imagine hard. It leaves you exhausted, as I said, mentally, physically, psychologically, emotionally exhausted enough to never even think of getting into a relationship again. That's what one turns into and that's what one feels. If you feel the same, if you relate to what I am saying, drop your experiences in the comments below. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I'll talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.